Emma pressed her forehead against the cold observation window of Station Kepler 442, watching the other children in the biodome below manipulate reality with effortless grace. 7-year-old Zixthar lifted 3 gardening drones with his mind, arranging them in perfect geometric patterns. The Voltorian twins, no older than 10 in human years, bent light around themselves until they flickered in and out of existence, like faulty holograms. She was the only human child on the station. The only child without gifts the Galactic Council had deemed humanity. Technologically proficient but psionically dormant when they'd made first contact 15 years ago. Most humans didn't care. They had their ships, their tools, their ingenuity. But Emma cared. She cared every day when the other children accidentally read her surface thoughts. When they moved objects she struggled to carry. When they looked at her with that mixture of pity and confusion that transcended species, still watching them? Her guardian, Dr. Yashira, placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. The Kryn scientist's bioluminescent patches glowed a soft amber concern. "I just want to understand," Emma whispered. "What's wrong with me?" "Nothing is wrong with you, little one. Humans are simply different." "I know," Emma's voice cracked. She was 12 years old, and so tired of being different, she retreated to her favorite place on the station, the maintenance corridors behind Sector 7. Here, at least, no one pitied her. Here, surrounded by honest machinery and predictable systems, she could breathe. That's where she found him. The human was crouched beside an open panel, his worn red coveralls stark against the sterile white walls. Tools Emma had never seen before hung from his belt, and his hands moved with such precise confidence that she stopped to stare. His fingers danced across the circuitry like a pianist playing a familiar song. "Quantum relay shot," he muttered, not looking up. "Third one this month. Station's getting old." Emma stepped closer. "Are you talking to me?" "Talking to myself, mostly." "Bad habit." He finally glanced at her, and Emma saw kind eyes behind smudged safety goggles. "But sure, you too." "Name's Jack. You're the Henderson kid, right?" "Only human child on the rock?" She nodded, surprised he knew about her. "Everyone knows about me. The defective one." Jack's hand stopped moving. He pulled off his goggles and really looked at her. "Who told you that?" "No one had to tell me?" "I see it every day. I'm the only one without gifts, without abilities." She gestured vaguely toward the biodome. "They can all do things I can't even imagine." Jack sat back on his heels, wiping grease on a rag already saturated with it. "You want to know something funny? The first time I came to this station, I thought the exact same thing about them." "What do you mean?" "Come here. I'll show you." He gestured to the open panel. Emma knelt beside him, and he pointed to the maze of circuitry within. "See this? This is a quantum entanglement communicator. It lets this station talk to ships light years away instantly. No lag, no delay. You know who built this?" "Humans?" "Humans," Jack confirmed. "Now, every species in this galaxy can read minds at varying distances." "The Voltorians?" "Maybe a few hundred meters." "The Kryn?" "Across a whole station if they try hard." "But you know what not one of them can do?" Emma shook her head. "They can't build this." Jack's voice filled with quiet pride. "They've tried. For thousands of years before we showed up, they tried. They could already talk to each other across vast distances using psionics, so they never developed the need. Never pushed into the impossible. But humans? We had to. We were alone in our own heads, so we built bridges. We made tools. We turned limitations into innovations." He pulled a small device from his pocket, something that looked like a multi-tool but far more complex. "Every species we've met can manipulate matter and energy with their minds. They can lift things, move things, reshape things. But this?" He pressed a button, and the tool unfolded into 12 different instruments. "This is a neurological circuit mapper I designed myself. It can diagnose problems in any system on this station. It took me 8 years to perfect it, and now the entire Galactic Engineering Corps uses my design. Not because I have gifts, because I have problems I needed to solve." Emma stared at the device, watching light pulse through its crystalline components. But that's just tools. Just tools? Jack laughed. Emma, do you know what magic is? It's doing the impossible. These species, they were born with their magic. But humans? We make our own. Every ship, every station, every device we've created, that's magic we built from nothing but stubbornness and imagination. He handed her a diagnostic scanner. Here, see that yellow light on the panel? That means the thermal regulator is failing. Use this to find which connection is loose. Emma took the scanner uncertainly. Jack guided her hands at first, showing her how to read the display, how to follow the energy signatures. Within minutes, she'd found the problem, a corroded connector deep in the system. Now replace it, Jack said. Handing her a new component, her hands trembled as she removed the old piece and installed the new one. When she activated it, the yellow light turned green. The panel hummed with renewed efficiency. I fixed it, Emma breathed. You did. Jack smiled. Used a tool, used your brain, solved a problem that would have taken a psionic engineer hours to even diagnose. They'd have to read the system's mind, interpret its feelings. You just looked at the data and fixed it. Over the next 3 months, Emma spent every free hour in the maintenance corridors with Jack. He taught her about power systems, life support, propulsion mechanics. He showed her how humans had revolutionized galactic technology not despite their limitations, but because of them. Psionics make species complacent, Jack explained one day while they calibrated a sensor array. They take the easy path because it's available. Humans never had an easy path, so we made our own. Emma's confidence grew with every repair, every system she understood. She started carrying her own tools, designing her own solutions. When the station's food synthesizers failed, she was the one who discovered the problem. Cascading failure in the molecular assembly matrix that psionic diagnostics couldn't detect because they were looking for consciousness. Not code. The day she fixed it, the entire station celebrated. For the first time, the other children looked at her not with pity, but with awe. How did you do that? Zixthar asked, his telepathic voice tinged with genuine curiosity. Emma smiled, her red tool belt a gift from Jack hanging proudly at her waist. I used something better than gifts, she said. I used human ingenuity. She wasn't defective. She never had been. She was human. And humanity's greatest gift was that they needed no gifts at all, only the courage to look at the impossible and build a bridge across it. One tool at a time. Jack watched from the maintenance bay, his red coveralls a bright spot of color against the endless stars beyond the viewport, and he smiled. Another human engineer was born, another person who understood that humanity's magic wasn't in what they were given, it was in what they chose to create.